Good evening and welcome to week 4. Oh my god, I can't believe this class is almost over. This is crazy. Welcome to week 4 and here's my journal. It's about stress. Oh god. Aren't we all a little stressed? Very interesting chapter actually. And I think this whole book class, everything has really been very enlightening to myself and very self-reflective. And really good at applying to other people and other situations too, which I've really found this class very helpful. With a lot with myself actually, which is good, and like I said, like relative to other people too, like being in healthcare, it's been very informational and very different than the very science-based things that I learned in school. So very cool. Okay, so first thing, what were you surprised about with the life stressors score? Surprisingly, the assessment, I actually scored very low. I only had 187, which is very surprising to me, but a lot of those things don't really apply to me in that. So the things that I was most that I chose as things that might be as stressors were changes in work. Healthcare is always changing. There's always more responsibilities, more things we need to do. So that's been a big stressor for me. Changes at work, trouble. I put trouble with boss, which I don't know if that's really necessarily the right exact thing, but I think that's applicable. Just in a relationship to more responsibilities, in healthcare in general, in our jobs as physical therapists, and myself as a PT assistant. The biggest one of the biggest scoring ones were beginning school, beginning college, which I guess I didn't realize that it was stressful, but it has been very stressful to me. I and the other one was changing school. So I had actually came from a local university. I had started my bachelor's degree at University of Brockport, which is out here near me. Actually going to class at nighttime, and being a single mom was very stressful, trying to find time to go to class. So, and then I decided to go to Ashford University, which has actually been a really good decision on my part, and actually kind of a stress reliever in that. Although it is a lot of work. This is no joke, this online school stuff. Um, so, so yeah, those two were definitely big stressors. I mean, college is very stressful. Like the financial part of it, I think, is very stressful to me because I'm also a single mom, which I was surprised that wasn't on any of the categories. I guess I probably could have put divorce, but I've been divorced for a long time. But yeah, college is very stressful financially and time management wise, and sleep deprivation and all of those things. So yeah, so those were two big ones, and it was when I saw them on the list, I'm like, oh yeah, those are definitely stressors. The last one was the financial category, which there wasn't a lot of choices to make in that category, and I think if anything in my situation in my life, that is one of the most stressful situations, and one of the reasons why I'm going back to school, is so I can better myself and be better and do more and make more money, hopefully. So yeah, those are. But my scores only added up to 187. I probably could have thrown in another one or two of them, and I'd probably been over 200. But those were the big ones. Number 2, let's see, which major stresses are impacting our wellness? So, like I said, college was a big one. My work responsibilities and things that I have to do at work, and my financial situation is very stressful to me. So, those are my big things. What dimensions of wellness are impacted by stress? In the text, it didn't really list per se which dimensions were affected, but I think all of them, really, if you think about it. Physically, stress can make you, it can make people eat more, it can make people eat less, it can make you tired, it can make you just tense and not feeling well. Socially, some people, when they're stressed, they end up being reclusive, or go the other way and maybe are more obnoxious and angry. Intellectually, stress, I can even speak for this myself. When I'm stressed out, I tend to not always think clearly, even at work, like when you need to be like rather intellectual in talking professionally to other patients, to doctors, to social workers, all those things, not being able to focus and be intellectual. Emotionally, you can just be a complete mess. You could just shut down. You could be overly emotional about things. You can cry. You could go into depression. Spiritually, I'm not really a very spiritual person, but I imagine if I was spiritually, you might be stressed about something huge happening in your life. You might question your spiritual beliefs and your faith and be like, why is this happening to me? And environmental, that one maybe not so much, I guess. But I could see where maybe it would, maybe caring less about the environment, just caring less in general about things. So I think a lot of them, I think if not all of them, the majority of them are affected by stress. Let's see, describe and demonstrate the relaxation technique that you tried in your video journal. The one I tried actually was the progressive relaxation technique, which actually is very productive, I thought. Where you kind of tense every part of your body, even your eyes, even your breathing, things like that, and then noticing the relaxation that happens afterwards. Very useful, and I think I actually might use that more often, because I do find, and I've noticed as I get older, I have like stress wrinkles on my forehead from wrinkling my forehead. Using that, and I find myself clenching my teeth when I'm stressed out too. So I think that is a very useful technique, very simple, and something you can do even lying in bed. I think that you could just totally relax yourself at the end of the day, and just kind of let it all melt away. So that one, I think that one, when I was reading it, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try that because that sounds really good. So that one is the one I tried. And I think it's very useful. Definitely useful. Do I think it would be effective in reducing my stress level on a regular basis? Absolutely. I really feel like that could be very helpful to me, if I use it. Like even every night when I go to bed would be helpful. What are the major health risks of disease associated with stress? Oh, good. I think stress, and at the beginning of the chapter, describes all of the systems that are affected by stress. I mean, in the dimensions of wellness that are affected by stress. I mean, your body reacts to it by trying to adjust itself, right? So your heart races, you start sweating, you have headaches, you know what I mean? Your musculoskeletal system starts tensing up. You can't sleep, you can't eat, you eat too much. Things like, so major health risks, obviously, hypertension, heart disease, stroke, things like that are all major health risks of stress. Respiratory distress, I think they even mentioned. Huge like health risks. Your immune system is suppressed, making you susceptible to diseases, to being ill all the time, which is another stressor that you could add to on top of the stresses that you already have. So huge stress. I think there's a lot of studies going on stress relief, and you can look even in the scholarly articles on stress relief and what it does to your body. Huge studies being done. What strategies that effectively deal with distress would you consider using on a weekly basis? I actually myself, I think I deal with my own stress by exercising. Although I'm no skinny mini by any means, I don't necessarily exercise to be a supermodel or anything like that, or to have a six pack or anything like that. But I love, and I know in my other journals I've told you this, that I am a smoker, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But we discussed that. I'm going to quit by April, I promise. And actually the final assignment, I think it is, or is it the assignment this week, is about smoking. So I'm actually really excited to start that because I think it'll help me on my journey. We can talk about that another time. So Exercise is my biggest way of dealing with stress. Getting outside and running 2 miles, which takes every bit of strength that I have, is my way of dealing with stress. I get outside, I have fresh air, I get the surroundings, I'm watching people, I'm watching nature, I'm enjoying the sunshine. That is my way of coping with stress. It takes every little bit of strength that I have to run 2 miles. I'm just not built for running, plus I'm a smoker. But that's my way of dealing with stress. The other things that I thought that I would write about in this chapter that I thought would be really helpful in relieving stress, definitely the progressive relaxation technique. Of course, the massage therapy would be nice. But like meditation sounds very interesting to me. Like I guess I'm a very self-analyzing and self-talker sort of thing. It's probably why I like doing these YouTube videos. But I think that meditating would actually be something that might be very helpful to me to help like bring my thoughts in for the day. Because when you're stressed, and I do find this in myself, that you start getting scatterbrained and you start getting like my house is a mess. The piles of mail are piling up. Like I forget things. But meditating, like at the end of the day, even alongside that, relaxation techniques might be helpful and just bringing it all home. You know what I mean? And centralizing myself and letting me start tomorrow new. You know what I mean? And not letting it just pile up, pile up, pile up. So I definitely found this chapter very, very helpful and insightful, and actually something that I could help. I feel like I could, with more like reading and stuff like that, could definitely help other people with, because I think we all as human beings have stress in one way or another, be it with financially or socially or whatever it is. We all have stress in some way, shape, or form. So this was very, very helpful. So thank you, Professor, for assigning this, because I really like this a lot. I will be looking forward to doing my assignment on smoking. So look forward to that, because I'm really actually looking forward to looking and educating myself more. Not that I don't already know why it's bad for me, but looking into it and really, really educating myself and making myself realize what I've done to myself for the last 18 years. So look forward to a really cool assignment. I'm looking forward to it. I already downloaded the app on my computer to do the PowerPoint presentation. So I'm very excited. So thank you, Professor. Thank you for the last 4 weeks of class. This was a really tough class, a lot of work, and good job. It's really taught me a lot. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.